go.
What? Ah, Bob! I'm naked. Go away.
I was asking when are you gonna fix something. I'm working on the engine over here.
I'm making myself look pretty. That's what I'm doing.
All right. Why are you making yourself look pretty?
Wait, you get the camera.
No, why are you making yourself look pretty?
Because it's Live Feed Sunday.
There you go, Live Feed Sunday.
And I want to look good for my folks.
There you go. All right.
Thanks. Thanks. Good talk.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
So if you don't watch our live feeds every Sunday around 1 o'clock Eastern time, you can help watch, or you can watch one of our live feeds every Sunday because we have 400 or 500 people and we answer all your questions. If you have any questions about cruising or us in general or anything like that, guys, just check it out. All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Maintenance Monday with the Sailing Doodles. Today we're going to tackle something with the engine. 2 of the last 3 times that we've been motoring for any significant amount of time, more than an hour at cruise RPM, the coolant water hot light has come on, which leads me to believe that, you know, because it takes such a long time to build up the heat, so I'm thinking maybe either the raw water pump itself is not working properly, or the raw water strainer is too clogged, needs to be cleaned out, or the hoses themselves have enough calcium deposits in them that it's restricting the water flow, because it takes over an hour to build up that temperature to where the light comes on. So, we're going to tackle that today, see if we can troubleshoot the system, find out what it is. This is the raw water pump, and down here is the seacock. There's a hose that leads up to the water strainer, and then another hose that leads back over to the raw water pump. And behind the pump is another hose that leads the water to cool the engine. The first thing you want to do is close the seacock so you don't allow any water into the boat. After that, you can take apart your water strainer. And you can see the filter there has quite a bit of deposits built up on it and debris inside. Okay, well, the strainer was pretty dirty. There was a lot of stuff in there, a lot of debris, so I'm sure that might have been restricting the water flow a little bit. So I cleaned that out, put it back together. I took a couple of the hoses off and looked inside. I didn't really see too much. Just a little film on the inside of the hose there, you know, wasn't too bad. So I'm gonna put it back together here, and maybe that's all it was, just the filter was clogged and less restrictive water flow. So I'm gonna run it for a minute. I'll check that filter again, see if it picked up any more stuff, and then rinse it out again, and then check the water flow in the back and see how much is coming out the exhaust, if it's increased the flow or not. So I reassembled the water strainer, and it's very important to reopen your seacock, otherwise there's no water getting to the engine. I did a test run on the engine to make sure there was no leaks and noticed that the alternator belt was a little loose, so I'll handle that in a moment. The raw water pump is only 6 months old and there's no water dripping out of the bottom, so I think it's doing pretty well. So to tighten down the alternator, I just loosen the tensioning nut and use a screwdriver to pry it up, and with a free hand I tighten that bolt back down and lock it in place. But right now it's holding the camera. Well, we ran the engine yesterday for over an hour. It worked just fine, so I think it was just the filter was a little clogged up, wasn't enough water through. I went out in the back and checked the exhaust, make sure the water was running out properly. It seemed like it was increased water flow, so I'm sure that was a problem. We'll give it a shot today again. We're gonna be doing some sailing, so we'll leave the motor running while we're doing that and see if we have a temperature problem, but I think it's solved, so there you go. So check us out on Thursday. We have our full episode coming out where we cruise around in the baths of Virgin Gorda. It's just a gorgeous place. And then also our live feed on Sunday.